Hello everyone, once again Aido here, Social Care Manager for Homeless Services for Cross County Dublin and a former member of the Social Care Workers Board at Carew. And I know at the moment you guys are looking at the proficiencies and trying to tease them out, and I understand the language might be tripping some of you up, and that's to be expected because when the proficiencies were written, they were written and then they were immediately put in front of a legal team, and the legal team then have to put them in under legal language because they are the basis of the statutory process for social care workers. So I'm going to try and help kind of tease out and unbundle some of it for you. I have them here beside me. So the first one that we're going to look at is be able to recognise and manage the potential conflict that can arise between confidentiality and whistleblowing. So what you're looking there is the potential conflict. Doesn't mean there always is. Means there may be a potential for there to be conflict. And conflict isn't always negative either, So don't let that get into your head and drive your thought process. Confidentiality. In social care, confidentiality is a given, but it's not always 100%. And when the safety of an individual, whether that be someone in our care somewhere supporting, or one of our colleagues, when they're in danger, whether their life is in danger, or whether someone else could be in danger because of their behaviours, well then confidentiality gets broken always. So that's it's never a given, and it's never you can never give someone an assurance that there will be absolute confidentiality. When you're working with a client and someone says a client says to you, can we keep this confidential? You say, I can keep it confidential up to a point, but if you give me any reason to believe that you're going to harm yourself or someone else, well then the confidentiality ends. And that's the honest type of conversation that you need to have. So the conflict that can arise between confidentiality and whistleblowing can be anything. It can be, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as someone's being abused or something like that. But in the past I was a whistleblower, and my whistleblowing was based on the use of money within an organisation, or the lack of use of money within an organisation. So if you're told something in confidence, if it has a negative effect on you, that individual, or the service you're providing to a client, well then you have a right to breach that confidentiality and to report that up. And that can be anything. It can be finance, it can be practice, it can be policy, it can be lack of staff, people no training. If you look at some of the stuff that's come up over the last kind of week or two, Tusla, working with an organisation who wasn't vetting people. If you were in that organisation and in confidence you heard that some of the staff on the floor were unvetted, what would you do? Would you ignore it and just continue to take your wage? Or would you find a way of reporting that? And I would say every time you need to find a way of reporting it. There was a famous case, you might look it up, the Lease Cross home, I think it was up in the northwest of Ireland, and some of the staff and the management were treating the service users in that building appallingly. And they all thought it was a big joke. They were eventually caught on camera. And the manager and all was involved, but there were staff who sat by and didn't do anything about that. They kept the confidence of their colleagues. So, confidentiality is never an absolute when an individual service user is a danger to themselves or someone else, or one of your peers is a danger to themselves or someone else. Never be afraid to breach that confidence. Cheers.